Hi, it's Ingrid. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today I'm going to reorganize my TBR cart. Right now I have all the books I bought in 2024 on this shelf, and then books I bought before that on this one, except for Wild Love and Onyx Storm, which I bought in 2025. I love the setup, but I also kind of just want one place of focus. So I'm going to put the TBR I want most on my TBR cart. The ones that are turned are the first books in series. I don't know if I'm going to keep them like that or not. I'm just trying to finish series before I start them, and I feel like that's just easier for me to focus on the ones that I need to continue. But I think I'm going to try to talk you through everything I'm doing, because I just hate editing music onto my videos. I'm also recovering from being sick, so if I talk too much I start coughing, but I'm going to try to not do that. So I think I'm going to just start by taking everything off this, and then I'm going to put my priority TBR on this one, because it is a little overwhelming with all of this. So I think we're going to have romance. I haven't really decided if I want fantasy or mystery and thrillers, like where I want them, but I think it's going to be romance, possibly fantasy, with some sci-fi dystopian, and then thrillers and mysteries down here. I haven't decided if I want my classics and general fiction, memoirs, that stuff on here yet or not. We'll see when we start filling it up. But step one is to just take everything off. I'm not going to film that because I'm trying to save battery, but I'm just going to take everything off here. This is going to stay until I decide what I'm going to move over, because I don't want to make unnecessary work for me. Okay, there's still things in the back here because I'm using that as storage, because I don't use both sides of my TBR cart. This is my advent calendar. We can take that one down. It's the end of January. We don't need it anymore. So I think I'm just gonna start with my romance books, because I feel like I know more what I want to read of those. So I'm gonna try to talk you through my choices here. I'm a little stressed out. I know that there's a lot of those that I really want to read, but there's also a lot of these ones. So the first one we're going to put on is Magnolia Park's The Long Way Home. I would like to finish this series this year. This is book number 3 in the series, so we're putting that on there. And then I know that I have Addicted to You that I really want to read. I have had it turned around because it's number 1 in the series, but I think on this TBR we're going to keep them the right way. Really want to read both Wild Love and Off to the Races by Elsie Silver. So I'm putting those on here. I might change the actual placement of them around eventually, but we're going to figure out how many books I can fit on here. As of romance books, these two definitely need to go on there. Romancing Mr. Bridgerton and Nothing Like the Movies. I'm going to put those. And then along with that, we obviously need Not in Love by Ali Hazelwood. I love Ali Hazelwood. Please don't fall. And I'm going to put Yours Truly by Abby Jimenez on there as well. And since I'm trying to continue series, I want Juniper Hill. And we need our latest Lynn Painter release. I'm really bad at reading new releases, I've figured out. I'm gonna put these on here. Another book in a series that I'm trying to continue is Twisted Games, so we need to put that on there. I think I have room for one more. See, this is where I'm struggling. I don't know which one to put there. Not that one, possibly this one. I really want to read Butcher and Blackbird, so we're gonna try that one. And there's room for one more. We can put Hooked. Where did I leave that? Okay, we have the romance books. I should maybe put this a little closer, but I don't know how to do that because the wheels on it, so annoying. I hate them because they won't stand still and they won't turn the way I want them to. But we're gonna move on from romance for now. I'm not done with it, but for now. Actually, we're taking that one out. No, I'm gonna stay. For fantasy, I know that, where did I put it? Here. We Need Onyx Storm. I will be reading that hopefully in February. And The Familiar by Leigh Bardugo. I'm so excited to read that. We're actually gonna put that one at here. And this is where I'm struggling because I don't want to start a new series, but I want Divine Rivals. So we're actually putting that on there as well. As for the fantasy books, not in series or continuing series, I need to take these down to see. So to continue series, I have Fantastic Beasts and the Crimes of Grindelwald, the screenplay that I really want on here. Reckless by Lauren Roberts. Time of Contempt. This is book 2 or book 4 in the Witcher series, depends on how you look at it. I really want to continue that series this year. Warbringer by Leigh Bardugo. I only want to read this because it's Leigh Bardugo, so we're putting that on there. And The Atlas Paradox by Olivia Blake. I need to continue this series as well. So I still have a lot of room, which means we can add some more. I do actually need to add Mockingjay, book number 3 in Hunger Games. And then I'm gonna go get it. Shatter Me I have read before. I read this and the first novella, but I do want to read the rest of the series. And I read this in 2022, so I don't really remember everything, and I feel like I should reread it before going into the rest of the series. So we're going to put this on here. And then in between there, I think we're going to try to add a few more. I really want to read Gallant. This just looks so good, and the cover is gorgeous. And then Caraval is another series that I will be starting. I'm trying not to, but I really want to read this, and I own all 3 books, so it's worth it. It means I don't have to buy anyone, and I can get 3 books of my TBR if I do this. I really want to read this as well, Emily Wilde. I think book 3 is coming out this year, and it's so pretty, so I'm putting that on there. Now that shelf is full. The rest of these books are going to be put on this shelf, and then when I read something here, I can just move them over. But I think we're going to try to look at my mysteries and thrillers, and then we're going to just add others eventually if I need to. So for mystery and thrillers, they're obviously most of them not series, but I do have a few. These 3 right here are the next books in series. I have Killer Instinct, book 2 in the Natural series. Can you see it if I put it down here? Barely, but I'll show you afterwards. Peril at End House by Agatha Christie. I'm trying to get through this series as well. I'm loving it. The Thursday Murder Club is a series I started in 2022 and then continued at the end of 2024. And I loved book 2 so much, so I have book number 3, The Bullet That Missed, that I'm really hoping to get to soon because I'm so excited. I think that's everything that I have that are the next in a series, so now we can just pick out whatever we want. Murder at the Bookstore. Let's check this out. The cover, so cute, and it was giving me like Agatha Christie vibes. So I'm putting that on there. And then I have And Then There Were None by Agatha Christie. So obviously that needs to go on there as well. I think I want to put these 3 on here as well. Every Exquisite Thing by Laura Stephen is like a picture of Dorian Gray retelling, and I love that book. I read a book from this author in 2023 and I liked it, so I want to try this one out. The Brothers Hawthorne is the next in the Inheritance Games world. I finished the trilogy and I really enjoyed it, so I want to continue. I've heard some bad things about this, but I think I should see for myself, because there's still a chance that I like it. And The Inmate by Frida McFadden. I haven't had the best track record with Frida McFadden. I've read the Housemaid trilogy, not the biggest fan, but I do like her writing and I'm excited to see what it's like to read something that isn't part of that series. If I like this, I'll continue reading Frida. If I don't, I'll probably not buy anything more from her. Now I have this big giant pile of books that I need to pick from. Do I want to read any of this? That's the question. Obviously I'm going to read it, but do I put it on there? I also have these. So I actually really want to read Verity by Colleen Hoover. I've heard so many good things about this, and I've owned it for a really long time. I bought this in my first like big book haul when a new bookstore opened. They had like 50% off everything in the store, so I bought a bunch of books, and this is one of those. So it's been on my TBR for a really long time, and I think it's time I read it. The Hike is set in Norway, which I think is pretty cool, so that's definitely going on there. The Midnight Game, I was very excited for when I bought it, but I just never picked it up. But it looks very oh my god, there's text in here. Now I'm excited, I want to read that. I'm putting that on there right away. The Wintheringham Mystery is more of like an older Agatha Christie vibes mystery, and yeah, Agatha Christie actually has a blurb on the back here. So I'm very excited for that one. The feel of that book is very different. Now there's more space here. I could fill it with mysteries, thrillers, or I could add some memoirs and general fiction. I'm struggling a little bit with knowing what to put because like I have Blue Graffiti by Callan Schoolman and I really want to read that, but I don't know if I'm going to put it on here or if I just keep it within the right genres. I don't know. I'm actually going to I'm hoping I can fit all of these. I can't, so we're gonna try. But I have some general fiction. The Essex Serpent by Sarah Perry. I watched the show with Tom Hiddleston and I loved it. That's the only reason I bought the book. I don't really have that much of a desire to read it, but I watched the show, so I want to read the book. But I don't know, this is not a main priority, but if I can fit it, I want to put this on. Days at the Morisaki bookshop, I'm very excited for. The cover is gorgeous and it's very short, and I like this type of fiction. Same with Welcome to the Yunnan Dong bookshop. Always say that wrong, but I got it right, so I'm proud of myself. I also really want to read this. This is also very pretty. So those two will be put on there. Lessons in Chemistry, I've heard so many good things about. I don't know how I'm gonna feel, but I would like to try it out. Like, everyone loves it. I think it's time. And then Blue Graffiti. This is gorgeous. It's signed. Where is it signed? Look at this. I'm so excited to read this. We're gonna put that in the corner and try to not break it. I feel like the dust jacket gets... Now, camera battery is flashing. That kind of sucks. But I have filled up the entire cart. I could put things on top of here, but I don't really want to. I like the look of this, and there's nothing that I'm seeing that I desperately need to put on here. So I think we're just gonna charge the camera battery. I'm gonna fill up in like this entire thing with all of these because I don't really care too much of the placement of that because they will be moved over here eventually as soon as it's some space there. So I'm gonna charge the battery and I'll be back with the result. So I have finished. Camera battery is charged. Every book has got a place. I love the way it turned out. This shelf, gorgeous. I love sitting on my bed and just looking at it. I'm very happy that I did this. I was a little afraid that I would regret it, but I don't at all. I think it looks so good and I'm so excited to pick out my February TBR and every TBR after that because I love my TBR shelves. So I think I should give you like an overview of everything and then we're done. So this is what the whole thing looked like. On my TBR cart, I kind of have my priority TBR. Up here, I have my romance books that I really want to get to. Under it, I have some fantasy books that I would love to get to. I didn't show you, but I added City of Ashes, the second Mortal Instruments book, from a different shelf. I'll show the other shelf after. But that's the next in the series, so I put that on there. And then down here I have my mysteries and thrillers, and I put some like general fiction, literary fiction as well. On this shelf I have more romances at the top. Under that I have my fantasies and some mystery and thriller. At the bottom shelf I have my memoirs, classics, and some other general fiction. I also put the rest of my mysteries here. Over here by my bed I have kind of my extra TBR, books that are further out in series so I can't read them yet. The ones that didn't fit on my shelf I put just in a stack on the floor here, and then I'll move them over when I have more room. As always, I have my thrifted books and some extra books on this shelf because they just don't fit anywhere else, and I don't feel like I'll reach for them as often except for the Mortal Instruments book that I moved over, and I'll continue moving them over until I've finished the series. So that's it for this video. I hope you enjoyed it. I really did. I'm so happy with the way it turned out. Please like, comment, subscribe. It means a lot to me if you would subscribe, stay, come back at my next video. I'm having a lot of fun with this. I hope you're having fun with this. That's it for now. Peace out, lovers.